ready? I'm about to get into it. This is Daniel Rucker with True Table. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I want you guys to listen up because I'm probably only going to say this once, maybe twice. I'm going to let it flow. We got to get into it. So, this particular topic, I don't know who it's tailored for. Now, why do I say that? I don't know who it's tailored for because I think it's a universal type of ordeal. I think that the topic today is why are men theme parks to most women? Now, maybe based on the thumbnail, maybe based on the title, you may say, well, yes, Daniel, it is tailored towards, talking to women about men. Yes and no. Why did I come up with this particular topic? How did I formulate these thoughts? How did this opinion get built? Well, it came from a tremendous amount of experience. Like I've talked to you guys about on my previous videos, I've had a lot of experience myself. And a lot of that experience has been either one-on-one relationships that I've have developed, nurtured, and lived through, as well as observation from many parts of relationships through friendships, associates, and things of that nature. I've always been the type of person who people have allowed for me to get into their personal lives. And that's why I do this, and I'm perfectly, cool with it. But one common theme that I've noticed is the perception of the men in the relationship. And this perception occurs way before the woman ever even meets the man, right? So I thought I'd talk about it. I thought I'd share. Now, like I said, I don't know who this particular group, I guess I won't tailor it towards just women, towards just men. Throughout this video, I'll be speaking to both. So, grab your drinks or grab your popcorn or your snacks, or just if you're driving, just listen up, give me your ear. I appreciate it. And I'm just going to talk about it. So actually recently I was visiting with my parents, but I was talking to my mom and excuse me. I had made a comment in reference to this same theme. And I was, because prior to her being a married woman, she had thoughts and had perceptions and had an outlook on things that weren't exactly realistic. It was very much delusional, which seems to be a common theme for most people. But what I was talking to her about was, where does that come from? Because she's been my mother her whole life, and vice versa. She's been my mother my whole life. So I remember talking to her about the conversations I used to have with her from 10 on, because I've been having conversations like this since I was 10 years old and trying to understand the mindset. And what I have found throughout my years of observation is that it simply boils down to the perception of most men in the eyes of women is that men are supposed to come with this laundry list of qualities. That's everything from his looks, his success, his capabilities, his thought process, his maturity, his self-awareness. That's, both emotionally intelligent as well as intellectually intelligent, well-spoken, good with people, treats his mother right, a great citizen, selfless, a protector, a provider, great in bed, and then not last but not least, entertaining. And that's where the theme came from. That's where the perception came from. Now, there may be some people who are just like, well, I don't want all of that. I beg to differ. I listen to so many women talk about what their ideal man looks like, ideal man shows up like. And one of the common themes of relationships that seem to make things start to shift and start to take on a new form is that the reality is most people don't look at relationship as what they really are at their core. Once it's past the honeymoon stage, once it's past the, ooh, this is new and this is exciting. Once it's past that, the core of every relationship is boring. Yeah, I said it. It's boring. Now, there may be people sitting here saying, well, that's not true. I don't agree with you at all. Well, I try to speak in very general terms. There's always case by case basis. There's always an anecdotal experience. There's always that, exception to the rule and not the rule. But why can I say that? Why can I sit on this broadcast and with confidence say that the average relationship is boring? Well, because it is. anything in life requires you to gain a certain level of consistency with it, right? So let's take this off of a relationship just for 1 second. I'm gonna deviate for 1 second. Let's take this and make it about driving, for example. When you first get your driver's license, you're lit. When you first have the ability to go out into the open road, you are on cloud 9, 10, 11, and 12 because it's exciting, it's new. It's a new venture, it's a new thing that you're gonna conquer, right? But after year 1, year 2, year 5, year 10, driving becomes second nature. It becomes muscle memory. There is no new experience when it comes to driving. Even when you get a new car, whether that's a manual or automatic, an SUV or a sports car, there's no new thrill because guess what? It's still driving. It's just essentially a different vehicle. Okay? And that's my point. Relationships are no different, in my opinion. It is very much necessary that once you get with a person, you learn a person, you start meshing with a person, you're growing with a person, your relationship is going to hit a certain level of plateau to where it's going to go from going up to more steady. And then there'll be moments that it'll, up, but then it's always going to go back to that steady. Now, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. Now, why is this something I wanted to talk about? Well, I wanted to talk to my people about this, male and female, because I see the stress that it causes men and I see the disappointment that it causes women. And to me, it's interesting because I'm trying to figure out why. If I was to have this conversation with most women, I would be inclined to think that most women are looking for long term. Most women are looking for that forever kind of thing. It's in all the R&B songs, it's in all the movies, it's in all of the articles, it's in all the books. Women generally want a forever type of thing. And there are some men who do too. Now, in my 35 years of being alive, what I have found is that anything that's going to last long term, it's going to reach a point of consistency. Some people say it's stale. Some people will use the term, well, you got to bring the fire back into the relationship, the flame back into the relationship. To me, when you have a relationship that is solid, when you have a relationship that is working, or 20 year, 30 year, 40 year, them people who've been together that long, if you got to the core of that relationship, if you was to really observe these people, on a 6-month basis or whatever, you would find one common thread, that their consistent habits, the consistent flow within that relationship is not all exhilarating and exciting. Nothing in life is like that. When you build a business, when you go into getting your first few, vendors and contracts and employees and expanding offices and, going public and all of those things, those are moments. But the consistency, the core of it, is always going to be boring. In order for anything to be successful, solid, maintain longevity, it has a boring component to it. Listen to me clear, ladies. This moment right here is for you guys, because I hear too many women who complain about, well, he's not exciting anymore. He doesn't show me new things. He doesn't teach me new things. We don't ever go nowhere. And this is why I've said to my fellas, in private as well in public, that I believe that a lot of women are still very much childlike in their development, because they are looking for men to constantly entertain them. Like we come with a laundry list of ideas that are just gonna make the woman be thrilled to spend time with us. And for the most part, most men by nature are very simple. Most men don't do very exciting things. If you look at a man's life, he wakes up in the morning, maybe makes a smoothie, probably works out, goes to work, knocks out his 8 hours, maybe goes to the gym again, come home, showers, may watch a little sports. He may go catch up with the fellas for a beer later. He may go shoot some pool, but it's generally boring. It's consistent. There's a flow. It's just what it is. Something about a relationship, though, in a woman's mind seems to be that she wants to have these getaways, these, going to the galas, going to the museums, going to the theme parks, going to concerts, going out salsa dancing, going shopping. That's not a realistic lifestyle for anybody. Even those people who have the resources, who have the financial freedom, nobody's life looks like that every single day. Fellas, stop stressing this. I do believe that a man should have components to him and new things that he is into. You know, I think all people should be developing. I think that each year you should be looking to try new things, whether that's taking a class for language or dance, pottery. You know, they have this thing called wine and sip. You know, they have them all over. You know, that may not be your thing. That may not be your passion, but there's nothing wrong with involving yourself in new experiences. And I believe that because women are more inquisitive when it comes to this stuff, that they should take up the bulk of wanting to do those things. And men, you should be inclined and open to doing some of them things too. You may actually like the stuff. But I do believe, like I was saying, is that there's this expectation that us as men are supposed to come with all these laundry lists of amenities for you women to be satisfied. And quite frankly, ladies, I just think that that's unrealistic and it's unfair. We're human just like you're human. There is a certain level to our development as people that is not centered around thrill seeking on a consistent, regular basis. Those are moments. And if that's the type of relationship that you want, then you should be both working towards it. It shouldn't be the responsibility of just the man. It shouldn't be just the responsibility of the woman. It should be something that is talked about, discussed, and agreed upon. You know, one thing I like about, for my fellas who are dating, one thing I like about Groupon is a platform that allows you that even if you're, you know, not overly creative, you know, I don't consider myself an overly creative person. You know, I'm pretty simple, just like I believe most men are. There's things I like to do, but I'm generally simple. But anyway, Groupon is a great, you know, tool because Groupon allows you to type in your city, type in activities, and it give you a laundry list of things: kayaks, you know, axe throwing, shooting range, all kinds of things at a relatively, you know, inexpensive price. And this allows you to not have to be the thinker. This allows you to not have to be the guy who is, you know, sitting back stressing on what do I do with this girl, you know, and it gives you two an opportunity to go try something together. And that's what I think it boils down to be honest with you. You know, it shouldn't be about what you guys are doing so much. It should be about the quality of the time that you get. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the relationship, you know, you are with the person. You are connected with the person. So it should be about the person. It should be about that being the exciting part, that you're excited because it's your person. You have this person and you guys just so happen to be doing something together, whether that's going wine tasting, going to Yogurtland and trying all the freaking flavors, like starting from the left and putting each flavor into a cup, some corny crap like that. I mean, I don't know. And I just, you know, it just, it's crazy to me sometimes how you hear this, you know, expectation being thrown out. And a lot of times it's the demise of great relationships. You know, I know so many guys who have been dumped by their girlfriend because the girlfriend, after 2 years or 3 years or 5 years, is pretty much gotten everything out of this guy that she feels is his qualities or his characteristics or his excitement, right? Now she's bored. Like, I'm bored, babe. I'm bored. Entertain me. It's like, no, like I'm not, it's not our job to entertain you, ladies. And that's why I encourage women and men. I encourage women to have an active social life, to have friends, to have people that you can go have those episodes, have those moments with too. Because your relationship shouldn't be your center, the center of your world. You know, your man is only going to be able to do so much. Vice versa, fellas. Same thing. Your lady is only going to be able to do so much for those intimate internal component parts of you that are just unique to, you know, your social circle. You know, there's nothing like hanging out with your boys. There's nothing like it. You can love your girl to the moon, the stars, and back. But something about connecting with your fellas. And vice versa, ladies, the same thing. So I wanted to just talk today on, ladies, we are not your theme park. We are not Walt Disney. It is not our job to create an exciting life for you to be satisfied with. That is not our job. Fellas, stop trying to overexert energy in a way that is to her satisfaction. You know, a part of you being a man in her life is to help her understand the reality of things too. That we have 365 days a year, 7 days a week. There's going to be moments we're going to have this. We're going to go ATV riding. We're going to go horseback riding. We're going to go to the theme parks and the concerts. But you get me. Like, you get me. In this transaction, just like you want me to be satisfied with you, you get me. So I should be enough. The person, the man that, you know, you accepted my, you know, proposal of commitment, I should be enough. Not all of the Grammy shows and all of the vacation packages. I'm a person, you know. So I wanted to just talk about that today. I know I was a little comedic with it, and that's okay. We're not theme parks. We're people. And if the type of relationship you want, I'm a firm believer again, you can create what kind of dynamic you want in your life, in your relationship. Each person is responsible for that type of creation and ordeal. All right? So get it together. This is Daniel Rucker. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for 16 minutes or so. I appreciate it. I would definitely like to get some more engagement going because I have tons of things to talk about when it comes to this relationship space. And I feel like I have a particular outlook on the things that plague people, you know, younger, older, all of the above, males as well as females. So anyway, hit that like button, go ahead and hit the bell and subscribe. I appreciate it. You can find me on Instagram with the same name, True Table. If you want to DM me about topics, I'm always open to that. Same thing on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Again, I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a good one. All right.